We are working with your higher selves, and we are working with ETs in physical bodies to determine the best way to activate this instinct that will help others in recognizing that they are a spirit. These are just a few examples of the lower vibrational consciousness that also still exists on your world. But your overall level of consciousness is calculated by putting all of the higher thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and actions together. There will be enough wave of mass awakenings amongst those who have never even contemplated the idea they could be source energy beings masquerading as human beings. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. And today we're reading some incredible channelings from the Arcturian Council. I'm reading these channelings from the book Ascension, The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, Volume 4, which is one of the better volumes in the Arcturian Council channelings. These are channeled by Daniel Scranton. I had the wonderful opportunity to meet Daniel Scranton in person all the way from Australia, and he is so much cooler in person. He is amazing. He's pure light, and it's so awesome, and I am grateful to read these channelings. The Arcturian Council is a group of higher dimensional beings that are channeling spiritual perspectives primarily focused on reality creation and ascending into the fifth dimension. The more and more I read them, I have a flavor for their personality, their unique purpose, and their drive to help everyone on the planet shift into the fifth dimension. They teach about everything from love and service, your galactic connections, energy, processing emotions, vibration, shifting into the fifth dimension, spiritual evolution. In this particular channeling, we are covering topics of you cannot escape this destiny, what you came to Earth to do, how humanity stays on mission, do this to release yourself from oppression, the awakening instinct switch, the plan for planet Earth, the next wave of mass awakenings, and so much more. The Arcturian Council, the plan for planet Earth. You cannot escape this destiny. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are always in the present moment with our awareness. We have no reason to be anywhere but the present moment. We have looked within ourselves so much that we can identify each and every aspect of who we are, and we have experienced love and compassion, the likes of which you have yet to experience there on Earth. We tell you these things because we want you to know what you are moving towards as individuals and as a collective. We are what you essentially evolve into. You are, in a sense, receiving from your future what will most benefit you in your now. It follows then that if we are in fact your future, why would you be hoping to achieve anything but being present, getting to know yourselves intimately, and feeling love and compassion? These are the ultimate goals because they are the inevitable consequences of living. You cannot escape the destiny of becoming more like Source, more of your true selves. So then why would you desire anything but these feelings and these states of being that we are describing here and now? Well, the answer is quite simple. You can only get to where we are now in the ninth dimension by fully living all of the experiences that you can and do in the lower dimensional planes. You have to sample from all of the various experiences that you have in front of you before you can consciously choose love and compassion. Choose the present moment and choose to go within so that you can better know yourselves. No matter what you do, and no matter what you desire, all paths will lead here to a similar version of who and what we are right now. But we have a secret for you, and it is a big secret, and it is a well-kept secret. You'll be even better as ninth dimensional collectives of beings than we are right now. The ninth dimension will be an even more beautiful and expansive experience because of what you are living right now. And also, because of what we are living, we realize that there is more for us to become, even as we are quite satisfied with who we are right now. See if you can find that feeling of satisfaction within yourselves right now, while also holding the knowing that you are nowhere near where you are going or what you are becoming, and you have so much more to experience while still carrying around a physical body. In many ways, your journeys are just beginning. You are just waking up and seeing the tip of the iceberg, and we want you to know that your lives are going to get better and better because you stuck it out. You hung in there, and you found some sort of reason for living there on the fourth dimensional Earth, all while simultaneously knowing that there was so much more for you that was just out of reach. You must be able to find your inner peace right now there on Earth, in spite of everything, because all of you fellow humans who will not and could not receive this transmission need you. They need you to hold that light and that knowing now more than ever. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. What you came to Earth to do. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are quite satisfied with the way that you all have been looking to include one another in a variety of ways. You are shifting from seeing yourselves as individuals to knowing that you are a collective. And with that shift comes a knowing that everyone and everything that you see is included within you. And so when you see the way that humanity has been divided recently, and you realize that it's a problem, those of you who are awake tend to want to do something about it. In this case, you look for opportunities to include others who you might traditionally, historically, exclude from your thoughts and your feelings of compassion. If you can be compassionate towards someone who you disagree with on a number of points and issues, then you will have risen above the divisiveness that is so present on your world today. And if you can listen to someone with whom you disagree and try to understand where they are coming from, you will have taken a step towards more unity, more of that oneness that you and other awakened souls are seeking. You don't have to take sides in order to be right. You can rise above all of it and be love. You can be love in the face of hate, bigotry, racism, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, and everything else that you experience on your world today, and that can give you the experience of sadness, anger, fear, or even hate. Everything that is there and that is triggering you is there for that purpose. It's not because something is broken or something is wrong. It's because you need to be triggered in order to get that very specific and sometimes buried deep down inside emotion. Once you do, you can rise above it because you want to be love, and because you know that you are more powerful as a collective than you are as individuals. You are more powerful unified than you are divided. And just because someone disagrees with you on something does not make them your enemy. They just have a different point of view, a different perspective. Now, it can be very challenging to do what we are suggesting here, especially when the person or people we are talking about have hate in their hearts towards a particular group. We know that it is a tall order to forgive, to love, and to feel compassion for those people, but it is the only way to raise the consciousness of humanity. You are not going to raise the consciousness of humanity just by being right. You're not going to raise the consciousness of humanity by looking down your noses at those that you deem to be wrong. You're going to raise the consciousness of humanity because that is what you are there to do. And you are also there to embody more of that unconditional love, because that is the way to become fifth dimensional. It is the way to becoming your higher selves, and that is part of your destiny. So you might as well embrace that destiny now, which also means embracing every aspect of you. And remember, if you see it out there in any form, it is also within you and it needs to be healed. That's why you see so many people on your world today getting louder. They represent something that's inside of you that you've been ignoring. Please pay attention to everything that's going on inside of you. and be the healers, the way showers, and the change makers you were born to be. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. How humanity stays on mission. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We've been very interested in perceiving the evolution of the human consciousness for quite a bit of your linear time, and we have often been very impressed by the way that you all can face such tremendous challenges in your lives and keep going. It is your love for each other that often keeps you going. It is not the belief in some sort of reward in the afterlife. It is not a feeling of responsibility or obligation to others that keeps you there, facing those challenges. It is the love that you feel for those around you that helps you to persevere through the toughest of times. You are there to do more than just survive in this lifetime, and you are making it so much easier on yourselves by letting go of the old ways of life on planet Earth. We see so many of you wanting to be of service to your fellow humans because of that love you have for those around you and for humanity in general. Life can be very challenging for those of you who are awake because you are by design not as interested in accumulating stuff, money, and power. You're more interested in seeing humanity come together and evolve so that you may ascend as a collective. And when you see people doing things and you hear people saying things that chip away at your hope that this is ever going to happen, you stay on mission because of that love within you. Love is the important tool that you have in your toolbox. You can never waste love. You can spend your whole life loving someone who didn't have the capacity to love you back, and none of your love would be wasted because you would be in that state of being that best reflects who you are as a source energy being. You cannot control what others are able to allow to flow through them, but you can continue to be the examples to the rest of humanity of how it is done. And that's why it's so important for you to have your hearts open. That's why it's so important for you to be the love that you want to be surrounded in your lives. Because if you don't stick around to see this ascension through to its conclusion, the rest of humanity will not have that anchor, that solid foundation in love that all of you keep providing, in spite of your personal struggles, in spite of your loneliness, in spite of the times when you are in the pit of despair. You keep going. You keep loving, and you keep making this ascension journey the best possible ride that it can be. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Do this to release yourself from oppression. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very interested in seeing what humanity will do when you have freed yourselves from the limiting beliefs that we can feel weighing humankind down in these times you are living in right now. We know that life is not easy there on Earth, and we don't wish to make it seem as though we feel that it would be very simple for you to just let go of those limiting beliefs we are referring to right now. But the truth is that we do feel so many humans are anchored at this time to the belief that they are more oppressed than they are empowered. So many on your planet feel more victimized than they do empowered by the truth that they are source energy beings. And we invite those of you who are truly awake, who absolutely know that you are source energy beings, to lead humanity into this golden age, an age where everyone will know who they really are, and everyone will also know who all of their fellow humans are. That will be the time when we can see what you are truly capable of creating, being, and doing there on Earth, and that's exciting to us. But in the meantime, we will encourage those of you who understand who you really are to demonstrate what is possible to your fellow humans by sitting in your power, activating your divinity, and living a life of freedom, a life of joy, a life of unconditional love. Many on your world at this time believe that knowledge is power, So many of you put their faith in a story, a narrative that has been cooked up by one or more other humans. We want to tell you that even if all the stories presented right now on the internet were true, your power would still lie in your ability to love unconditionally all the villains, all the people wearing the black hats, all of the enemies of the people. They are your assignments. You are there to love them back into alignment, and know they will not all choose to come back into the light, and that's okay too. That is their free will, but we are always going to recommend that you use your free will to demonstrate to yourselves and others how powerful you are, and to tell the world that your power comes from your heart and not your mind. Your power comes from your ability to vibrate on purpose, not your ability to march or protest. You have the ability to bring about the massive changes that you see promised by the same individuals who will continue to point fingers at the causes of the problems without offering the only solution. Those massive changes will come because the awakened collective will choose love time and time again. That is your assignment, and we know that you are up to it, because when we see you, we only see who you really are. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The Awakening Instinct Switch. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are continuously amazed by humanity because you have a willingness to endure so much in the name of your survival. And we know that if you could take the same approach to your emotions and your spirituality, you could grow exponentially as individuals and as a collective. Wanting to survive is built in. You don't have to be convinced that it is a good idea for you to eat, hydrate, clothe yourselves, put a roof over your heads, and so on. What you need is to have that awakening instinct turn on within, so that you will have all the desire to grow spiritually. And when that desire eclipses the desire to just survive, you are going to see massive changes within individuals who you had previously given up on. Activating the instinct for awakening is something that we and our colleagues here in the non-physical are working on right now. We are working with your higher selves, and we are working with ETs in physical bodies to determine the best way to activate this instinct that will help others in recognizing that they are a spirit and that they are expanding as that spirit. And when enough people on your world truly want to experience spiritual evolution, you are going to feel the tidal wave of energies coming in, because now your fellow humans who had been asleep will be opening up to the energies that you and others like you are so familiar with receiving. You're going to benefit so much from the rest of humanity deciding to put their spirituality first, and you are going to have more than enough to give your fellow humans, because they still need your help. They will still need to know how to deal with their awakening experiences. They will need to know how to process an emotion, how to raise their vibration, and how to experience oneness. You will step up because you have been training your whole lives and even waiting for this moment, a moment when you will no longer be the weird one at the dinner table. You will no longer be the outcast or the black sheep in your family. You will be the one that everyone turns to, because they will know that you have already gone through what they are experiencing, and that you know how to help. This glorious time is coming there on planet Earth, and we just wanted to let you know that we are doing our part. We are working on the awakening instinct switch. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The plan for planet Earth. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are in agreement with so many other beings and collectives here in the higher realms when it comes to your ascension and how you are doing in regards to your ascension. We have come to so many agreements about what our level of involvement should be and how we can help without interfering. We are also in agreement about the progress that you are making with what we and others like us have been giving you. We can state with certainty that the level of consciousness on your world right now is higher than it ever has been. Now you might look around and wonder how that can be. given that people are still engaging in acts of violence, hating one another, and holding very racist beliefs. These are just a few examples of the lower vibrational consciousness that also still exists on your world. But your overall level of consciousness is calculated by putting all of the higher thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and actions together with all the rest. And what this really means is that those of you who are conscious and awake are completely pulling the rest of humanity up with you into the higher realms, into the fifth dimensional frequency range. This was always the plan for your ascension. This was always the plan there on planet Earth. You were always meant to be the ones doing the majority of the work on raising the level of consciousness for all of humankind. Why is that, you might wonder? Well, we are happy you asked. Source and everyone there who is an individuated representation of Source all want variety and diversity so much more than sameness. And it is a much bigger feat to attain unity consciousness when there are those who are operating in that low vibrational level of consciousness. You also get to experience what it's like to lift those human beings up through the tractor beam of your love and light. And that right there is an experience worth having. It is an experience that is so worth having that you'd be willing to create the chaos and the terrible circumstances that exist there on your world in many corners of Earth. This is your time to not only rise up, but it is also your time to take so many with you and to feel the feelings that come along with being of service in that most profound way that you are. And in case you're wondering, yes, we are speaking directly to you as a member of the Awakened Collective. You are doing your fair share just by holding a higher vibration, just by being in that higher level of consciousness that you have been able to obtain in this lifetime. It is enough. You are enough, and you are doing enough. So now go and relax so that you can vibrate even higher. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The next wave of mass awakenings. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are always aware of what is going on there on Earth, always keeping track, taking the pulse of the human collective, and at this time we are noticing that you have begun to recognize yourselves as the beautiful and wonderful beings that you are. You have reached a tipping point within the collective, one where enough of you have come to this realization. You have come to recognize who you really are, that you are powerful creator beings, and that you are infinite and eternal beings of love and light. And now that enough of you have come to this realization once again, there will be enough wave of mass awakenings amongst those who have never even contemplated the idea they could be source energy beings masquerading as human beings. This is a wonderful time for you all to sit back, relax, and watch as the world begins to transform from these awakenings. You had your awakening experience or experiences, and they were planned by you before you were born. And so it stands to reason that those of your fellow humans who have been asleep up until now will also have their planned awakening events. Even those who have rejected the idea that they are infinite and eternal beings of love and light will be transformed eventually. We have told all of you who received these transmissions that you have to be patient with your fellow humans, and that patience is going to pay off now, that the tipping point has been reached, now that you are creating an environment where it is easier for others to wake up. You have laid the groundwork, blazed the trail, and you have done a wonderful job of being who you really are, not hiding your light, but rather getting excited about what you have come to know about yourselves and everyone else. Every time you have shared your truth, you have helped create a world, an environment where people will be able to awaken without any reservation, without feeling that they are weird. You have done so much for humanity, and most of you don't ever acknowledge yourselves for what you have done. But you're going to start to see the payoff, and all of humanity is benefiting from every single one of you being there and just knowing who you really are. You are spread out all across the planet so that you can work with the grid lines to send those energies across the globe, grounding your truth into Mother Earth so that everyone can benefit from what you have come to know about yourselves and everyone else. You have come so far in your lives, and this next wave of awakenings will have people who will be able to grow and evolve in leaps and bounds. This is a time for you all to celebrate yourselves for making that possible, for leading humanity in their consciousness evolution. So when you think about what you should be doing or how you can possibly contribute more, just remember how much you have already done for humankind just by being you. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Galactic help in creating an energetic tidal wave. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are synchronizing our vibration with so many other collectives here in the 9th dimension because we love that feeling of connection that we get when we are on the same wavelength as our colleagues in the Pleiadian, Andromedan, Sirian, Lyran, and other star systems throughout the galaxy. We get such a thrill from experiencing that synergistic effect that comes from working together, from collaborating with other collectives that we have so much in common with. We also get to discover some new perspectives, some new ideas, some new approaches to helping all of you there on Earth. And we send that signal to all of you so that you can feel the value of harmonizing, of coming together, of looking for the commonalities between you, so that you two can work together towards the common goal of raising the consciousness of humanity. We love you so much, and we seek to assist in whatever ways that we can. But there is a limit to what we can do, and at some point, you have to take over and follow our example. That's why we are telling you about the effectiveness of coming together with that common goal of helping those who are in need. From our perspective, all of humankind is in need of assistance. But from where you sit, you can see that there are others who are more in need than you are. And you can see that you have more than enough and can help others who are suffering at this time. And hopefully someday soon, all of humanity can recognize that if even one human is going without food or shelter, you all suffer. We know that enough of you have developed that muscle of compassion to be of service to so many. And we know that you inspire others. And we implore you to continue to look for ways that you can collaborate with your fellow humans, even the ones you disagree with, to be of service to those who are in need. Think of the ripple effect that occurs every time one human reaches out to help another. And now imagine the wave of energy that is created when thousands of people come together for a cause to make change on your world, to give others opportunities that you have always had. We are not asking you to solve all of the problems there on Earth, and we do not want you to feel burdened by this transmission. We just want you to consider that there are people with whom you disagree on a number of issues there on your world, who you could see eye to eye with on helping hurricane victims, flood victims, or victims of other natural disasters, and that's what unites you. That's what unites all of us. Everyone cares about something or someone or a group of people, and that is so important to acknowledge in times like these. Do what you can, take baby steps, and know that every little bit that you care has that ripple effect and will continue to build into an energetic tidal wave. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Awakened Collective. Work with the grids. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are giving ourselves every possible opportunity to observe what it is that is happening there on Earth, because you are in such a time of need. You need help, and we are helpers. We know that you have been making the most of a pretty bad situation there on Earth. We also know that you have summoned so much help, so much healing, so many solutions, that there is a sort of logjam of energies that have been coming your way, but that not enough people are open to receive. Imagine being there on Earth and not realizing that all your prayers were being answered. Many think that perhaps they are not worthy of receiving help from above. Still others believe that some deserve that help because they pray to the right God, but others do not, as they are heathens, unworthy of assistance from the heavens. This is once again where you step in as the healers, the leaders, the way showers, the ones who are there to set the example. You step in because you want everyone to receive what it is they've been asking for, and you know that everyone there on earth with you is a being of light and love, an aspect of source. And so you can hold space for all of humanity to get what they need at this time. You can offer yourselves up to the universe as conduits of all the assistance that is coming. You can be the answer, the solution, the ones that humanity has been waiting for. And that means rising above all of the debating that goes on there on your world. That means helping those who don't want your help or don't think that they need it. You are not there to judge anyone because of their beliefs, their words, their thoughts, or their actions. You are just there to be love incarnate and to help whenever you can. And now is one of those times when you can absolutely help by making yourselves available to the universe, by being the conduits of light, love, and healing energy that you were born to be, and by holding space for all of your fellow humans to get what they are asking for, what they need. Some don't even know what they need and don't know what to ask for, but you can still help them. You can still see all others as a part of the whole that you are also a part of, and that you are there to make whole, to bring together, to integrate. As we have said, now is the time, and you are the ones, because you are not discriminating, you are not holding back your love for only those who deserve it. And this is your time to shine. We encourage you as the awakened collective to open yourselves up to all that humanity has been asking for. Ground it into your physical bodies and down into Mother Earth, and let the wonderful energy grids beneath your feet do the rest. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The through line and tenor of these particular channelings really focused on love and service. We began with a discussion of not escaping our destiny, that we are source energy beings, and it is our destiny to find love, to be love and compassionate, to choose the present moment. No matter what you do and no matter what you desire, all paths will lead to a similar version of who and what the Arcturians are. And they're explaining that your destiny is to be like them. Some people have theorized that the Arcturians are just us in the future, and that's certainly possible. It's certainly a representation metaphorically of what's happening. These are people or beings that have advanced to some level and are going back to help people in lower dimensions. And that is what we will do eventually when we move to the higher dimensions. We are the Arcturians. And it is inevitable that we reach this level of consciousness, and we are in that process now. And you are a leader. What I find in these channelings really fascinating is that they know who they're talking to. They're not just talking to somebody randomly. They know that the people that come to these channelings are from the awakened collective, and that includes you. You are a member of that awakened collective. You play a pivotal role in the awakening of our planet. You came here for a reason, and you have a specific job because of the love that you carry, of the way that you interact with others, so many different things that you do that help raise the consciousness of this planet. You alone are a critical aspect of our ascension. That's what you came to Earth to do. That's what they explain here. And we must stay on mission. We cannot control what others are able to allow to flow through them. But we can continue to be examples to the rest of humanity for how it is done. We will have to be compassionate to the villains, to the ones that do terrible things, to the ones that we do not agree with. That is our goal. That's why we're here, and it is difficult. It's hard when you encounter that person in your life that's hateful, racist, mean, evil. Those are the people that we're here to love. We're here not to change them, but to love them enough that they will naturally move to a higher level and they will change themselves. You keep loving, you keep making this ascension journey, and the best possible ride will happen for all of us. They're explaining that we release ourselves from oppression. When we awaken and we help others to awaken, many humans are anchored at this time to the belief that we are oppressed. When you watch the news, you can't help but think, woe is me. I live in a terrible time. The world is falling apart. But why are we here? Why did we choose to come to a place that is so chaotic and has suffered so many problems? Our knowledge is power. And many of us have put faith in a story or narrative that has been cooked up by one or more other humans that's simply not true. And above all, we must love unconditionally all the people, wearing the black hats, all the enemies of the people. That's our assignment. That's how we release ourselves from the oppression. We love the oppressors. And they've installed this awakening instinct within us. And more people will awaken. There's mass awakenings happening. They're telling us of a wave of mass awakenings. And that's the plan for planet Earth, for us to move to this higher level of consciousness. And they imply that they're harmonizing with other collectives, other confederations, other organizations, all working together to move us into that fifth dimensional frequency range or fourth density, whatever we want to call it. And that's always been the plan. You were always meant to be the ones doing the majority of the work on raising the level of consciousness because you're special. Take that within. It doesn't mean you have to go work hard. They're repeatedly telling us to relax. This relaxation lifts our vibration. And when we lift our own vibration, we lift the vibration of the planet. So focus on that, finding your joy, lifting your vibration, and a galactic tidal wave of energy will move through the grids of this planet, raising all of us to this incredible level of consciousness that is inevitable for us. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. I'd love it if you checked out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.